Attention! Liverpool is reportedly close to finalizing a deal for a young prospect for £30 million. Crystal Palace is desperate to sell Marc Guehi as Liverpool pursues a $47 million transfer. Alexander Isak has admitted he would reject an offer from Newcastle, while Liverpool's target receives confirmation. Hello, Reds fans. Check out the latest information from the biggest club in the world. It appears that Liverpool is set to sign Giovani Leone, Italy's top young defensive talent, aged 18, currently at Parma. Reliable sources from Italy indicate that negotiations are at an advanced stage, while in England, a fee of around £30 million is being speculated. Contrary to recent rumors, Leone is not expected to be loaned back to Parma for the 2025-26 season, suggesting that Liverpool intends to use him immediately, possibly due to doubts over Joe Gomez's long-term fitness. Gomez is currently Liverpool's third-choice center-back behind Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate, but he is sidelined with a preseason injury with an uncertain return date. The arrival of Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace could push him further down the pecking order, and Leone's signing might even remove him from the club's options list. Liverpool made it clear during the summer that strengthening the defense is a priority. Sporting director Richard Hughes and the recruitment team aim to prepare manager Arne Slot and the squad to defend the Premier League title in 2025-26 and to compete successfully in domestic and European competitions. Leone is seen as a high-potential defensive option for the Reds, alongside Marc Guehi of Crystal Palace, another Liverpool target. Fabrizio Romano stated that the club plans to keep Leone in the squad once the transfer is completed, without loaning him out for the next season. He emphasized that, contrary to reports by some media outlets, Leone will be signed now to be immediately available for Arne Slot, not for 2026. The decision to sign Leone immediately makes sense, considering Arne Slot needs defensive reinforcements before the next season. Jurel Kwanz's transfer to Bayer Leverkusen reduced squad depth, and recurring injuries to Konate and Gomez make new signings essential. Leone has played 17 matches for Parma and also represents Italy at U19 and U18 levels, totaling 9 appearances. Despite his youth, he will likely accept a developmental role initially at Liverpool, but in the long term, he could become a natural successor to Virgil van Dijk, filling a crucial gap in the Reds' defense. Liverpool has been informed that Crystal Palace is eager to profit from the sale of Marc Guehi before the defender reaches the end of his contract, which could otherwise cause the club a significant financial loss. Guehi is entering the final 12 months of his Selhurst Park deal, and negotiations over a possible £35 million transfer, around $47.4 million, are already underway. Sources indicate that the player is considered superior to Ibrahima Konate in terms of quality. Rebecca Lowe, a Palace commentator and fan, stated that the Eagles are desperate to avoid losing Guehi on a free transfer next summer. In an interview on the show It's Called Soccer, alongside former Arsenal star Theo Walcott, Lowe explained that Palace is offering the defender, signed from Chelsea in 2021, to rival clubs to secure a significant fee for the England international while still possible. Despite this, concerns about Guehi's ability to secure a starting spot at Liverpool remain. Meanwhile, Theo Walcott believes the 25-year-old could replace the 26-year-old Konate in Arne Slot's starting lineup. According to Walcott, Guehi has the advantage of playing regularly for the Three Lions. I think Guehi is better. When you look at England in particular and talk about center backs, we're talking about the 2 best in the country. He is a starter for England, and that counts for a lot, Walcott said. Notably, Guehi has 23 caps for England, matching Konate's total for Les Bleus, while the Frenchman also captained his national team in November 2024. Even so, Walcott argues that the transfer would benefit Liverpool, highlighting that Guehi would make an immediate impact. He would fit into Liverpool's team, which has the ball most of the time, so he won't be as challenged. He will get fitter, learn a lot playing alongside Virgil van Dijk. Opportunities like this may not come again, he added. Liverpool is looking to strengthen its defensive options, especially after Jarell Kwanzaa's departure to Bayer Leverkusen earlier this European summer. Currently, Van Dijk, Konate, and Joe Gomez are the club's only senior center-back options, with Konate in the final 12 months of his contract and Gomez sidelined with injury. Palace chairman Steve Parish recently admitted that losing Guehi for free would create a problem and that the player could leave during the transfer window. Liverpool has already made its offer, and negotiations are ongoing. Personal terms with Guehi have not yet been finalized, but the player is reportedly interested in the move. The Reds' interest in Guehi appears to be independent of their pursuit of young Italian defender Giovani Leone, aged 18, from Parma, as the club also prepares to intensify negotiations for him. At one point, Alexander Isak stated that he would refuse the offer to become Newcastle United's new number 9 if given the chance to take the iconic number. However, this summer, the 25-year-old Swedish striker went from being considered Newcastle's most exciting and beloved player since Alan Shearer to becoming the public enemy number 1 at St. James Park. Isak is desperate to move to Liverpool, who already had a £110 million bid rejected by the Tyneside club. Since then, he has been training separately from the rest of Eddie Howe's squad and has made it clear that he no longer intends to play for Newcastle. The player's stance marks a drastic change from a few months ago, when many Newcastle fans dreamed of seeing him wear the number 9, iconic because of Alan Shearer. During an appearance on the Adopted Geordies podcast in February, Isak was asked whether he would consider wearing the famous Magpies number 9. After some thought, the striker confirmed this week as Newcastle's number 14 for this season, while the number 9 remains vacant following Callum Wilson's departure, revealed that he would likely reject such an offer. He commented, "To be honest, I would probably stick with number 14. I know number 9 is iconic. I think it's difficult because I've already had success with 14, and it probably wouldn't be an easy decision. I understand the desire to wear number 9, but we'll see." Asked about his admiration for number 14, Isak added, "I wouldn't say it's just a number, but 14 is iconic. Many great players have worn it. David Ginola, Thierry Henry, and I also wore 14 when I signed for Dortmund, so there's a bit of history in that." Despite Liverpool's interest, the club is not expected to make a second bid for the striker, as he is believed to be valued at around £150 million by Newcastle. Merseyside fans are eagerly waiting to see how the situation unfolds. According to The Athletic, Isak has no plans to reintegrate with the rest of the squad and does not intend to wear Newcastle's black and white jersey again. He will maintain his stance until the transfer window closes on September 1, even if he cannot secure a move to Anfield. Eddie Howe has also made it clear that he will not include Isak in his plans while the situation continues. After seeing his team draw 2-2 against Espanyol in a friendly last Friday, the manager commented, "We've had conversations. It's clear at the moment that we cannot involve him with the group. I don't know how long this will last, but this is the maximum." Liverpool remains interested in Alexander Isak, but will only make another offer if Newcastle softens its stance. However, it is widely believed that the Swedish striker will become a Reds player once the transfer window closes on September 1. Teddy Sheringham has stated that Isak could make a significant impact on the team, adapting well to Arne Slot's style of play and strengthening Liverpool's attack with his speed, technique, and finishing ability. Thank you very much for watching so far. See you next time!